thinks the hotel Wi-Fi is an attack on it because the hotel's in Scotland, but it's probably internet from Croatia.
Do you want me to flick this over
to the phone?
Try it.
Hold on, it's beach ball in here. Give it a minute.
Okay.
Give it a minute. We aren't on, are we? No, I haven't got a ping to say we're on. I think you might need to go to the phone, Marty. It's not liking it at all.
Okay, right.
Let's see.
Give me 2 minutes to see if I can.
I'm still beach balling here.
Right, well, I'll flick over onto this other one, so
Yeah.
I'll go off.
Yeah.
Give me 2 minutes.
Okay. Yep. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, instant countdown now.
Instant.
I don't know how we did. We logged in, we logged back out again. Instant countdown. It didn't seem to like Marty's Hotel. And you're on your new, shall we say it? Google won't cut us off. Google Pixel 8a tonight.
Wow. What is it? Oh, it's my new phone. Sorry, I thought you were talking about something else. I couldn't remember what you're talking about.
No. But you might get sent one because yes, we're relying on Google Pixel 8a to work it tonight because the hotel Wi-Fi didn't like it. It didn't like it. So you don't know what I've called this tonight, Marty, but it says Fanboy Marty Stalks Taylor Swift.
For anybody who hasn't seen my Facebook, I'm in Edinburgh tonight, and I'm staying very near Murrayfield, and it's all going a bit nuts. But I ran into this woman earlier on. Might bring her up here, Justin.
Are you sure? Here we go.
Aye. So I bumped into her. She was just heading out to the pub. So I've touched with Taylor. Nice woman she is. Aye, nice. Seems pleasant sort of girl. She's having a bake sale. I was talking to her. I just find that stuff. Turn this up full screen.
It's as big as it can get.
Because something is put up, a Taylor Swift bake sale. Please come along to raise money for something or other. Definitely. But yeah, good on them. But they're all going batshit crazy around here. There's thousands of them. There's probably a few thousand parked outside just listening.
Yeah.
Over by where the tram is. You know where the tram at Murrayfield?
Yes.
All the steps are all just covered in people singing songs and getting on.
Right. Because they can sort of get up higher and hear the sound coming over the top.
Oh no, you can hear it crystal clear. Right. And it's sort of where there's something behind you, it sort of bounces off, and you get, you hear it. You wouldn't have to be in the concert.
There's Stacey says Marty left you hanging tonight. Yes, he got a better offer from Taylor Swift. Yeah.
Taylor's going to whisk me away in her private jet, do all manner of weird things with me, and then write horrible songs about how I was bad to her and whatnot.
Eric Van Dyken says even from Belgium. I tell you, you couldn't make this up. Kit Charles is complaining that Tom Jones is on the Beeb tonight and he's having to watch us instead. Kit,
no, Tom's had a career since the 1950s. Come on, you're bound to be sick of it. I mean, there's only so many times he can sing. It's not unusual. Come on, now.
Delilah.
Oh, I Delilah. Sure, did they not try and cancel him for singing Delilah? Because it was in the song he murders a girl.
Does he?
You know,
all right.
aye.
I think it's in the Bible. Aye, right.
Aye, but no.
Willie McCallum says hello. I know. I tell you.
So no, I sent you a couple of videos of what it's like round here.
All right.
Right, fire them up.
Right.
Because this is way earlier on. That's way earlier on.
We're going to show your face first. So there's 2 Martys here. You're getting 2 Martys for the price of 1. Right. Here we go. Hopefully this should work. So I'm just here at the down at the Murrayfield where the Taylor Swift concert is tonight. So it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and this is the queue to get in. Okay, bear with me.
Right, so show the other video.
Okay, let's see. So there's 2 queues here, one going down this way, over that way, over into that stand, and then this queue here is the one that goes all the way round, right the way round, all the way down that, and all the way over the bridge.
That's at 4 o'clock. It didn't start at 7. That was 2 queues going all the way around. There's 75,000 in it for 3 nights in a row, and then I saw this. This is just mad. This is just nuts. It's a wee chain. Right, listen.
Is that a Taylor Swift song?
So it's a wee Chinese dude. Well, he's Asian anyway. Sorry, I've been a bit racist there. An Asian dude wearing a pink hat, playing bagpipes in a kilt, playing Taylor Swift "Shake It Off."
Right.
Aye. So the whole place bunged with people, and the concert doesn't finish. It finishes at like 10:15. So if I start hearing a wild pile of noise, that's that into the night. So that's I'm in Scotland at that.
All right.
I've been for a few days.
All right. That's amazing. All right.
Have you heard some of the stats for this thing, for this concert, for this series of concerts?
I have. It's going to be a billionaire again because of the ticket sales.
Well, put it like this: prior to this, there's never been a concert, a series of concerts, that has topped $1 billion in revenue, and she's done over 2. Right? You reckon she's going to make about $1 billion out of this? That's not including her cut of the merchandise. Neither is it including the $150 million she's getting paid for the documentary, and on and on and on. The stats for her are incredible. Do you reckon every night that she's playing is bringing something like 75 million into the Edinburgh economy?
We can actually hear something in the background there. I think that might be it. Is it? I don't think it's in my house.
No, well, it could be.
Yeah.
As I say, it's nuts when you think about the figures of it. I mean, Paul McCartney, just in the last year, according to the Sunday Times Rich List thing, has just become a billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
He's been a fucking Beatle for 60-something years.
Yeah.
She's doing it on one set of concerts. It's incredible. I don't think there's ever been anything quite like this, to be quite honest with you.
Well, I know.
And the wee guy down the stairs I was talking to earlier on, he works in the restaurant in this hotel. And he says, I was there last night. And he's probably about 20, late 20s, early 30s, something like that. I says, well, was it good? He says it was out of this world good. He says it was just unbelievable. So, yeah, fair play to them. Hope they all have a good time. There's a lot of them.
Right. And do you think it appeals to a certain audience? But you sort of said to me that
I think let's be honest, her customer base is always going to be the small teeny bobbers, but
mm-hmm.
that's what the Beatles all was back in the day and so on. So anyway, it's all a bit weird, mad to be quite honest with you, but good on them. Hope they'll enjoy it. Anyway, you know what I'm drinking tonight? I'm drinking a celebrity whiskey. Rod Stewart's Wolfie's whiskey.
Very nice indeed.
No, not really. But the thing is, it's kind of hard to dislike it because it doesn't really taste of anything. Which, again, it's kind of pointless. The thing about a whiskey is it's supposed to be quite complex, or in order for you to like something, you have to pair it against something you don't like. It has to be paired against one or t'other, because it has to have some sort of flavour. And that's how you tell something's pretty good. All these sort of generic, fairly bland, slightly sweet whiskies that are coming out, it's just, what's the point? That was £30-something in Tesco's, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's basically all it is. Smooth. It's very smooth, Justin. Smooth, as in, it doesn't taste of anything.
But a lot of these celebrities seem to put effort into their whiskey, and they're all right. They're drinkable. Things like that football one we had, it was drinkable and
it was
good.
all right, But no, but even that doesn't. It's not got any massive flavour to it. Did you get that? Did I get that free? No, I paid for it, Andrew. I bought that. If Taylor brings out a whiskey, I sincerely doubt she will. But if she does, then I might get a free bottle off her. Now that me and her's big mates, But yeah. But yeah, Wolfie whiskey. Don't be in any great rush. But I got a bargain of the century this week. You need to see this one. I almost got this free. I was in a supermarket. I was looking to buy a bottle of whiskey last week, or yeah, started this week, and I went into the co-op. I was standing in the co-op, looking, and this guy comes up to me. One of the guys that works in it. He come walking up, and he goes, "You looking to buy whiskey?" And he sort of said it as if he was going to sell me something illicit. You looking to buy whiskey? Aye. He says, round the corner, there's stuff on special offer. I said, I goes round. Ben Romach, 10-year-old, 43%, Speyside whiskey. I've tried it before, reasonable enough. £15.20 a bottle. This is in Scotland.
Sorry, £15.20 a bottle.
They can't make any money. That must be them just giving it away.
Why?
I don't know. But it was the end of the run, so I assumed that they were just trying to clear it off the shelf. But it was £15.20. But never consider that's basically the tax. It's like they must be just selling it off at a loss to get rid of it, because that's the tax. It's 43%. So yeah. So if you're in the co-op, have a check to see if there's any of the Ben Romach 10 sitting about, because it's well worth that.
That's incredible. That is literally incredible. Literally incredible.
That's what I thought. So, but it was
that must be a mispriced thing.
It was in the sort of discounted shelf, and the guy in the shop, he says, "I've bought 2 or 3 bottles of it." So I have. So yeah. Okay. Aye. Another quick thing I have to bring up as well. Michael Dunlop, 29 TT wins now. That's holy shit. That's unreal. I never thought his Uncle Joey's record would ever have been beat, but there you go.
Well, I know. The weather was affecting it, and did you see the tank wobble and all the rest of it and all? It was.
I don't tend to watch an awful lot of it, but when somebody says a record or something like that, you have to acknowledge that. It's just out of this world. Those guys do out of this world. But anyway, we do a bit of news, Justin.
We weren't
on yesterday. Or last week, I should say.
What a good show last week. It was well responded. Yeah. It was upstate New York. Benjamin Tarabello.
Yeah, it was a strange kind of concept, but yeah, really cool. Right, now we do a wee bit of news. So first off, news this week is the Walsh Whisky have announced their plans for a new distillery down in County Carlow, and they are going to put in the proposal to build a new distillery plus visitor centre, but they'll also have a mill room, mash room, pot still house, fermenter, vessel room, cleaning in place station, plant rooms, etc., etc., etc. Off license shop and other stuff there too as well. So yeah, that big news for them.
I've actually been past this. This is a great big barrack of a place on the Barrow Navigation. It's massive, humongous.
Yeah. Well, I think the thing about it is it's got a listed status. It's got like a protection order on it, which and it's an old maltings place, so it kind of lends itself to that aged heritage thing. So yeah, it kind of makes a bit of sense. So yeah, that's a nice project for them. I know they've sort of changed hands over it recently, but still not 100% sure where Walsh sits in this now, because we're taking over a lot of money pumped into it. So, but yeah, good for them. Another good sign. And then over in Scotland, I was over here during the week. Inverary Castle, home seat and home of the Duke of Argyll, the head of Clan Campbell. So he has announced that they're going to build a £25 million distillery with associated visitor centre, blah, 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 blah. They're going to be producing 2 million litres of alcohol a year. They're going to employ 20 jobs and so on. They're going to be carbon neutral. I didn't want you to bring that up just yet, but that didn't matter. Skip on to it now. Clan Campbell. See that whiskey there? That sells more than Bushmills. So it does. Yeah. And yet that sells over 1.2 million cases a year in France and so on the continent.
Now, why is it the Scottish connection? Or is it the clan? Is it
must be
just the clan?
I don't know. I don't think it's anything to do with the Clan Campbell, but whatever they say, because this distillery that they're going to build, what they're saying is that it'll go into that. That's what it'll be used for. But it's like that's a lot of stuff, and they're going to be. I mean, they produce or sell 1.2 million cases of this. So you're talking that whole distillery will have to be used obviously for any expansion that there is not there. So yeah, really, really interesting. Really interesting. As I say, Inverary Castle, I tend to be in it quite a fair bit. There's actually I should send you a picture of the little hill that's just out the front of it. When you look, the front of Inverary Castle, if you look up and look to the left, you see this hill, and this hill, the top of this hill is shaped like it's kind of like a little dish, so it's shaped like a quich. And you know the ceremonial drinking cups that you buy all the place, and that's what that's called. It's called the quich. Okay. There's a little sort of, people think it's like a guardhouse or something. So some people tell you it is a guardhouse. It was actually just built as a folly. It was just built as a sort of little thing for people to sit up. I
love things like follies. They just really add character to anything.
So do I. I see all that folly stuff's all a bit gimmicky. And as I've said before, if a gimmick's done right, it's great, you know.
Funny enough, Stacey, I was thinking that I thought the label was a bit unwhiskey like, but cliched at the same time. But the market must work for them if they're selling more than Bushmills.
Well, put it like this, they're selling 1.2 million cases of that, and Bushmills just passed the million mark. Was it last year? If they're not selling, they're selling in the same region as Bushmills, and that's one little sourced brand in Scotland, the vast sea of Scottish whiskies, you know. So yeah, a lot of stuff. Other castle was at this week. It was Blair Castle. I had a great tour this week, I have to say. People on it were really good fun. Had an absolute blast. But it was at Blair Castle, and I went up to the Whiskey Study, which is Blair Castle's a very old castle. Well, bits of it's very old. skip over.
Yes. What image is that we're looking for?
The one that says Whiskey Study.
Whiskey Study. Here we go.
There we go. The Whiskey Study. Now, inside that place, they have a couple of really interesting things. So move on to the next picture. These are, by all accounts, 3 of the oldest bottles of Scotch whisky in existence. Remember last year they did the auction where they sold off the bottles of whisky that are claimed to be from the 1830s,
right?
That were rebottled in the 1920s. Well, that's 3 of the bottles that they found, and they have them in this study. Now there is some people say, "Oh no, they can't prove blah blah blah." No, I don't know. All I know is that these were listed by an auction house that said that Heriot Watt University had said that they were the liquid in them came from around that time, the 1830s.
Okay.
And they have some paperwork to back it up. So it's probably as old as you could get. So they're there. But that whole room is about sort of the illicit distilling that went on. So I've sent you a picture of an old still.
Yeah.
That they have in it. There's a bit of the history of the old illicit distilling.
But this old still looks incredibly compact and small.
Yeah, it doesn't look big, and it's kind of a weird looking thing, but that's what they used at the time. Old copper still.
So is that the right way round, and it was heated underneath?
Oh yeah, it been heated underneath, and then that would have went out. I assume onto some sort of worm tub or coil to cool it.
Lovely. Remember to comment, like, and share if you're watching tonight. We're a third of the way through the show tonight, and we do have a Ecklenville special to come.
Yes, don't worry, Kit. It's coming.
It's coming.
I never got down. That kid got. Anyway. But Blair Castle also has this. Every year, people who have done a service to the Scotch whisky, they've made a contribution. They can become a keeper of the quick, and the whole ceremony is in Blair Castle. That's the quick that they use for the ceremony.
Do you think this is where J.K. Rowling got the idea for Quidditch? It's so close, it's unbelievable.
I term the word. I don't know, but that's the quick that they actually use. And then if you go on the next one, the medal that's on.
That looks beautiful, by the way. I'd love that.
Yeah, that's the medals that they're given, and then you become a member of the keepers of the quick. And they have a big ceremony, they have a big dining hall down there, and they all have I assume they all get pissed out of their heads after it.
Is aristocracy and royalty quite involved in this from time to time, isn't it? It's a big thing.
Put it like this, King Charles, I think, is one of them. I think he was awarded one. I think they might have given it to him as an act of ball licking. I think that's probably why he got it, more so than his contribution to the whiskey industry. I think, but he is a big supporter of, especially Lefroy. They have his royal warrant, although I assume that the royal warrants are going to change at some point in the not too distant future. But yeah. So Blair Castle, if you're up that way, it's worth popping your head in and seeing these. Bit of other news. I didn't send you a graphic for this. Or actually, spirit sales are down globally, 1%, which is not good. But Jack Daniel's sales, I did send you an image. Jack Daniel's sales are down 10%. And they're a big brand. I mean, let's be honest, they're one of the huge brands. And they're down 10%, which I find quite surprising because Jack Daniel, I know they make a massive volume of stuff, but Jack Daniel's is a quality spirit. I mean, it's really well made. I haven't been lucky enough to try this 12-year-old, but I really, really, really want to try it because the 10's fabulous stuff. I mean, God, is it good. And they've been doing lots of different bits and pieces. They've brought out a single malt. They have been doing this. I don't know, maybe, is it changing a bit? I don't know. But I just think Jack Daniel's sales down that much. I mean, 10% when you're talking about a massive brand like that is a huge drop in sales. At Brown-Forman, their parent company, their shares dropped 20% on the back of it, which is a bit, a bit unusual. But yeah, is it
Is it the economic recession? Is it people getting sick of the sweetness?
Well, I mean, Jack Daniels is Jack Daniels. You know, it occupies a sort of space in the whiskey pantheon. Like, there's nothing else sort of comes close to it. You know, the guys who like Jack Daniels. You know, Jack Daniels and Coke, classic whiskey. And, you know, that sort of branding that they have. You know, all the rock stars, and they know, is that fading a bit? I mean, I heard the other day, rock's basically dead because the big bands that people go and see are the same big bands that they've been going to see for the last 30 years. There's no rock bands coming behind the likes of, I don't know, Oasis or any of them guys now. Okay. So is it that, you know, are there fans starting to die off of old age?
Is Andre Roux the next big thing? Probably.
No, I don't know. But I'd really like to get my hands on a bottle of that 12-year-old Jack, because I think that'll be super whiskey. Mm-hmm. It'll be super stuff.
There we have information. Cassandra Hare says they had some production issues during and after COVID. Gentleman Jack was virtually non-existent for time. They're playing catch up right now. They aren't the only ones.
Yeah, that could be it. It could be it. I saw Gentleman Jack for sale the other day for £25 a bottle on sale, which is real cheap for it. Mm-hmm. Again, that stuff being on offer. I've saw quite a lot of whiskies on sale, which again they're clearing stock out.
Yeah, but it's the rejection on the offshoot drinks.
Oh no, it's on old number 12. It's on the old. It's the proper Jack apparently. Yeah, but Jack Daniels ain't going anywhere. You know, it occupies a space in whiskey that there's no other brand ever comes close to. You know, they're just it's old Jack Daniels. It's amazing stuff. But yeah, a couple of bits of good news for people. Kentucky. Hi, over in Kentucky, they released some figures about the Kentucky Trail and Kentucky tourism, whiskey tourism. Just incredible figures. The amount of tourism broke records again last year because they took $14 billion in tourism. Yeah. I mean that's just off the chart, you know.
We'd be happy to have that here, wouldn't we?
Oh, well, our tourism industry is about £1 billion. You know, it's 14, well, say 12 times bigger than ours in one state. Not good. I have to say not good, even though from Ward 5C, the Ulster Hospital. What's happened to you, Franco?
My pour tonight is water and ice, but no whiskey. All right, go. Swift recovery. There's a pun there, but anyway.
Do fill us in what's going on?
Not publicly. Not publicly.
Well, only if you want to. If you fell off your bike or something, fire away. If it's VD or something like that. No, I hope you're feeling better, buddy. Keep us up to date with how you are. And let me know. But yeah, getting back to the old Kentucky tourist trail. Team Kentucky, they're talking about the record-breaking year. 95,000 jobs on based around Kentucky, around Bourbon. 79.3 million travellers visit Kentucky, up 4.5%. And it goes on to tell $2.5 billion on food and beverages, 2.2 billion on lodgings, and so on and so forth. But amazing figures. And I mean, a lot of the time people are a bit critical. Well, it's not even critical. They're a bit, use it as a sort of pejorative that Americans don't leave America. Lots of them never leave America. Why would they? Because I mean, they can go and do all of this kind of stuff. So obviously that's what a lot of them do. But the figures are off the chart. Like that's way bigger than Scotland. Way bigger than Scotland's tourism figures. But anyway, moving on. two stacks. I've got distribution in the States with Foley's Fine Wine or Family Wine. So the better distribution over there for First Cut, the Double Barrel, the Dram in a Can, the Irish liqueur, and so on. So, because they have an interest in cologne, that'll be heading over there as well. Means a bigger exposure for cologne.
2 million cans of those cans, isn't it? It's unbelievable.
I mean they're a great wee thing, and they're cheap. You get 100 ml in a can, so you can pick up, your 3 cans or 4 cans, whatever it is, for £15, I think it is. So they are really, really cheap. They're affordable. Bit of a novelty at the start, I think, but I think people have actually sort of grown to quite like them,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's good for them. Also good for this guy over in Malta, who he ran a hotel with his wife, and she buggered off his whiskey collection.
How did she manage to get away with it?
Well, her and her new man rocked up and basically loaded it into a van, and away they went.
Wow!
And he had it long before she had it.
Oh, before he was with her, sort of thing, yeah.
Well, her partner was convicted of theft and given a suspended sentence. According to that, the woman was guilty of disturbing her husband's possession of goods, but acquitted her on a more serious charge of theft. She was handed a conditional discharge in order to return the bottle of whiskies. Now, there were 30 bottles and they're worth £9,000. But yeah.
So it's significant enough,
But he'd been collecting them since he was 18. And she just decided to help herself, her and the new man. So I'm glad that the judge convicted her. Evil. Just hang on, close a couple of these down because that eats up my bandwidth and you tell me off. So yeah, we've got a long lever. We've got an outlaw. No, bring it up.
Yeah. Oh.
Here we go. She, Eleanor Campbell Feehill, 101-year-old Ohio woman, says the secret to longevity is belief in God and the occasional veneration of the spirits. I have a whole bar. Every other night I do vodka, but the other nights I do brandy, bourbon, Irish whiskey, and honey whiskey, and it's kept her going till she's 101. Yay!
That's absolutely brilliant.
Good on her. Good on her. I hope it's all good quality stuff that she's drinking.
Yeah.
Oh, Andrew's in. He says she's an old bitch. What's she doing here?
How do you know her? Do you know her?
He must do the way he's coming out with that there. That's very harsh there, Andrew. That's very harsh, man. Good stuff, keeping her pickled. Keep her going for a while, yeah. Crown Royal have a 10-year-old single malt for $60 at 40%. First time they've ever released one. And then this appeared because it was in Glasgow the other day. The famous Blue Lagoon chip shop. That's next to, look at him. Wow. Food. Oh. The Blue Lagoon, it's the place beside Grand Central, although there's a couple of them. They have got a new whiskey sauce for Fish and Chip Day. Now, that's normally these sauces are made sort of generic, blah, 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 blah. But this is actually done with the guys up at the Single Cask. The Single Cask whiskey up in Fife. And they've made one with a 9-year-old Ben Rennis and what do you call it? What do you call that? Vinegar.
Sarsons?
No, balsamic. Couldn't think of the name of it. Balsamic vinegar. So this aged balsamic vinegar and Ben Rennis whiskey. So they had a special offer on Fish and Chip Day. The first 50 people that came through would have got it and picked it up. Oh, there's the fireworks off. Taylor must be finished.
10:34. I can hear the fireworks.
Well, that's the fireworks.
I thought they were shooting at you.
No, I wouldn't doubt that. But no, it says in that article that Edinburgh's chippy sauce they're sort of trying to emulate it. Don't try and get Glasgow to be like Edinburgh. It's just not. You know,
could you get me some of that, Marty?
No, and I'm not getting you any chippies either. But I was in Gordon Ramsay's place today. I said to treat myself and had a burger in Gordon Ramsay's stuff. It's fucking £30 nearly. Oh, I had a burger and a chip, and I got myself a pint, and it was nearly 30 quid. I was like, that's steep, Gordon. It was nice. It was all right. It was nice enough. I wouldn't say it was great by any stretch of imagination, but it was nice enough.
I had one in London. I thought it was pretty good for the money.
Well, all I will say is I've had better burgers. I've made better burgers myself. If I'm being honest, I have made better burgers.
Coming soon to a town near you, Marty's
burgers. Marty smashed and then just leave the burgers up.
Krusty's burgers.
That was all right. I wouldn't say it was fantastic, but it was all right. Speaking of fantastic, I was just looking at that there, the colour of that. That's a terrible colour. I mean, it's full of colour, and it's kind of like the colour of Donald Trump out there. So it's a terrible, terrible colour. It's not good at all. But it's not good. It's not really bad. It just doesn't really taste of anything, to be honest.
Okay.
But anyway, last week, you got to go down to Ecklandville.
Yeah.
And I didn't.
Yep. And look at that there. It's my own video, and it says it's unavailable. Work on it.
That'll be right.
How's that even possible? But the good news is the backup video should be.
Aye.
It is.
But you got to go down here for what I would say Ecklandville's first release is probably the most anticipated release in Irish whiskey. For a couple of reasons. They kind of do everything that the collectors love. They have built this reputation since they brought out Dunvilles, and also then in the back of the Old Cumber. The stuff that they've been bringing out has been so well received. You kind of know what their skill set is. Obviously, the guys down there have brought the confidence and all that to people, and they're nice people too. You know, whenever you talk to them, they're really, really nice people. But as I say, they do everything that collectors want. Now, is it better than Proper 12? Wolfies, is it better than Proper 12? Aye, because this just isn't particularly anything, whereas Proper 12 is crap. So yeah, different kettle of fish. But you got to go down to Dunvilles. You got to go down to Ecklandville, and you got to do this. So you got to play this, and well, this will play us out, I assume.
It will do. It will do. But stick around if you want to comment on it, Marty. Here we go.
Sweat from your brow. That was hard work today. Yes, we were in Cork. We've battled the ruffians. We made our way with the package after we retrieved it, and we brought it up to Dundalk. News had spread that we had the package. People were looking to steal it, to drink it. I'm sure you'll all like a little drink of it later, won't you? So will I. Some would say I've had a few already, but no, not when I'm in here. I was going to say I'm driving, but I'm not. I have a driver. Anyway, yes, we got to Dundalk, and we fought the ruffians again. Oh, scandalous affair. And then we went onward to Belfast. Yes. Oh, that was a tough fight up there. Yes, they surrounded me on all flanks. I got the gun going again, and within 10 seconds, they were all splattered about. Wonderful. Most of them were drunk anyway, to be fair, so it didn't really matter. Yes, and then we made our way here. So now we have got the package. But there is one thing I need to find out. Is everyone here suitable to drink of the golden nectar? Yes, I must take a look, yes. Oh, yes, you young sir, what's your name? Kieran, yes. Oh, I can tell you are, sir. Shoulders back, head up. You are a man of the gentry, yes. And who else? Oh, yes, you young sir, what's your name?
Nigel.
Nigel, where are you from, Nigel?
Lisburn.
We can't help that, can we? Well, at least you're in a wonderful part of the world now, yes. Yes, Nigel, you are what we call a thoroughbred. Yes. You're like the 30-year-old single distilled malt. You'll enjoy a few tipples later, won't you? Yes, good. And ladies, all the ladies are looking spiffingly marvellous. Yes, and they're all hiding now, aren't they? Oh, I love it. Are you a lady, sir? You put your hand up. You live in this modern age, I know. Yes. Wonderful. I'm glad you came out there. Yes. Good. And ladies, yes. Do you all like whiskey, ladies?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. Some ladies don't like the whiskey. And I tell them my father told me whiskey put hairs on my chest. And I can see from a few of you, you've had a few whiskeys. Yes. But anyway, we must get going. Are you looking forward to drinking this whiskey?
Yes.
Well, the boys, can we bring this package to where it needs to be delivered to let all this fine gentry have the first taste of this wonderful golden nectar?
Certainly.
That would be like the courtesy. The answer is sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. That's much better. Do you think I could get a taste of this whiskey as well? Are you not even answering me? He's gone silent on us. I'm only the driver. He's only the driver. I hear that all the time. Let's bring this. Get it and bring it to where it needs to go. Where are we bringing it? Bring it into the house.
To the story.
Let's go. Let's find the golden nectar. Everyone, make your way quickly before it's all drunk.
And there's more. It just keeps on giving. It was absolutely fantastic. Even Marty, you missed a great night, and there was lovely bites and food and all there as well.
You done food. As long as you get food, that's all you're interested in.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally got to the point of the box. So can I ask you to give a huge welcome to Shane Braniff, please? Good evening, everyone. First of all, I have to apologise. It's because of me that everything's running late. So this has to be a control. This has to be very, very quick and short. But anyway, but still, there are people to thank. First of all, none other than yourselves for coming here tonight. Some familiar faces, some people I'm maybe not so sure of, but I want to thank everyone for coming here tonight. It means a lot to be here. Tonight has been, it's been a long journey. I suppose really if you go back to whenever I was involved in whiskey back in 2005, believe it or not, a lot of people might know that I was first involved. We had the FDC was the name of the company, the Factory and Bricks Company, if anybody remembers that. But yeah, that's coming on 19 years ago. So we truly, and that's collectively myself and all that I work with, we've been in this game for longer than most, by far. But anyway, this has been a long road. This little baby here, well, I suppose it could have been presented maybe a lot sooner than it is, and dare I say it could have been presented a lot later than it is, but I would think the time is now right. And so getting on to a few thank yous. Thank you everyone for attending here tonight. Thank you to our suppliers. Thank you, I have to say a few thank yous, it's compulsory. But I want to do it, it's not just compulsory, I want to do it. I want to thank our designer, Mark Thompson, who's in the room. Thank you to Mark. I think thank you for all our friends, friends in the distillery, our friends, the support that I've been given. I want to thank the customers that support us, the people who buy our liquid and drink our liquid, so they are a must to thank. And I suppose maybe lastly, I really need to thank our staff, our wonderful staff. Without this, nothing would happen. You would not believe the work dedication, and even to get this little box here sitting on top of this cask, there has been a tremendous amount of work put into this little box. And that's not even the liquid, you know, from terms of man hours and changing minds, and which I'm awfully good at. People say I don't change my mind that often, but I do. But here, I suppose I need to wrap up now. Peter has to say a couple of words, and then I think Jarlath, you know, he has to say a few words, but wants to say a few words. So I said I would leave something for him to say. And the only other thought, well, I suppose, you know, I don't want to say lastly, but I have to thank my wonderful wife for all her support. And I suppose I want to leave with just one other little thing that maybe you'll think about tonight on the way home. The Acklins, Robert Acklin came here in 1613, and he had a huge family. I mean, I think there were 20 in his family. They were involved in the ministry. They were involved in the military. One of the Acklins was the Lord Lieutenant of Ireland in his day too. And all through the years, you know, the one that we would sort of draw our attention to most would have been Charles Acklin, who was the Acklin that acquired this property and built the original house and those original stables. And I suppose, you know, I was thinking today about what I was going to say tonight, and the thing that I would love to finish off with, even just for my own thoughts, really, and would be, what would the Acklins think of what we have done today? Probably not teetotalers. But anyway, hopefully they're not too angry, and hopefully they're actually very, very proud of what we have achieved today. And I'd like to think that they are, because we're keeping their name going forward into the history books. So I'm going to open this, and then I'm going to hand this mic over to Peter. And a big thank you for Peter. Peter's put a lot of effort into this tonight too. I'm going to guess that most of you now know that there's a surprise inside this box. A lot of people were wondering when we were going to release our first whiskey bottle, our first whiskey. Well, obviously, we're not releasing a whiskey bottle. We're actually releasing, I'll get this right, we're actually releasing 2 whiskey bottles. As people will know, we are a single malt distillery and we are a pot still distillery. So it was only right and fitting that we released the 2 different liquids. So, I mean, it would have been wonderful to have released a 10 or 11-year-old, but you know what? We're very, very happy. The liquids that's in both bottles range from 7 to 9 years old, and that's where we find, well, that's where our distiller blender, Niall, who's here tonight, that's what Niall came up with, and that's what he was happy with, so that's what we have released. So I'll now pass this mic on to Peter. I'm starting to perspirate now. believe me, the trouble that I had with that tank getting it started today. But anyway, here we go.
Thank you, Shane. Folks, I'm not going to say very much at this point because I've done the general introduction, but I'm also conscious that some of you may have trains to catch, about 20 past 10 I believe, or half 10. So I'm going to keep this very, very short. We have a fantastic staff here at Edinburgh. We have a few rock stars, but no rock star can actually be their ultimate best without a really good support network. We have, I believe, the best team in Irish whiskey. I know that's a massive statement to make, but we have many, many talented individuals that actually work behind the scenes here. And I would actually ask you to give a round of applause for those guys doing an absolutely wonderful job. rock stars. We made a conscious decision tonight to actually get name badges for most of the staff. And I thought at this point it would be pretty opportune to actually introduce Jarlath with a name badge, because I'm pretty sure nobody knows him in this room. But he's a massive, massive asset to Edinburgh. He's a huge part of the DNA, and certainly we wouldn't be where we're at today without certainly his care and attention. There's a fantastic saying that no pearl is ever formed by calm waters. And Jarlath can be that tidal wave at times, but what we know is that no spirit goes out that isn't rubber stamped as well. So can I ask Jarlath just to come on up? He's going to introduce one of the spirits here this evening, and he's going to take you through one of the tastings.
I shouldn't be jumping in here again, but I do have to mention another thing. We have two VIPs here tonight. We have the General, which you've met, General Dunval. And we have another gentleman here tonight who I hope we can get to the point where you'll all maybe hear him. He's here to, I think, do maybe one song, the whiskey song of Ireland. And for those of you that maybe aren't into your rock and roll, Mr. Bell was actually the guy who brought Phil Lynott and the rest of the band together to join Thin Lizzy. And it was Eric Bell who wrote the very, very famous melody, Whiskey in the Jarro. So we're going to hear that later on, I think in between the tastings.
Okay, Jarlath, can I ask you to come on up, please? No pressure.
So 10, 11 years later, or 20 years later, from 2005, when the FTC days, we're here. We are 10 minutes away from tasting our first whiskies. It's been some time. I guess I'm going to start off thanking people as well. If there's any crossover, that's fine. First of all, Shane Lynn, for having us all here tonight. We've never been talking for the last 10 years. Thank you very much. Peter and the team for all the work, not just this event, but every time you're here for the last 10 years, it's Peter and the team behind it. So thank you very much. After that, I just want to thank everybody that's been engaged back involved for the last 10, 11 years. We kicked off in June, July 2013, so we're nearly 11 years in. And through Dunville, through Jawbox, through Weavers, through Activille, through Old Cumber, everybody in this room is here because you've engaged with those brands at some point or continue to do so. And we never take that for granted. We still feel like a startup. We've been doing it for a long, long time. Maybe once we have this thing on the shelf, we start feeling different. But I just want to thank you all for all the engagement over the last 11 years. It does not go unappreciated. So thank you very much. That includes suppliers, customers, distributors who drive across here from Austria, Martin, Dan, and from Slovenia. There they are, so thanks for coming. And whiskey clubs, consumers, and everybody else, thank you very much. I want to thank stakeholders that are here tonight that helped us get off the ground and continue to help us. So Guard, Invest NI, Tourism NI, and the Artsburg Council, among others. So thank you very much for your continued support. It really is important. And Peter and Shane have said, most of all, I want to thank our team, past and present, for everything that's in this product here in the last 11 years. Most of them are here tonight, doing one for another, so just amazing, thank you very much. We can't let the night go past without saying that there's not one member of our team that wouldn't want Craig to be here tonight with us. He is here in spirit, and in truth, that warehouse down there is filled with his spirit, and that will continue to be so just want to note that. I guess there's one more group to thank, and my wife Jo is here tonight. So I just want to thank all the partners, all the husbands and wives and partners of all our team. We put a lot of hours into it, we dedicate a lot of our time to it, there's a lot of unsociable hours, a lot of times away from our family, and so I think our partners, husbands and wives and all should get a bit of appreciation for that. They tolerate it the best they can, so that needs noted. Thank you very much. Shane has mentioned Mark. Mark has been our designer in most of the things we have done, if not all, for the last 7-8 years. Mark is integral to Actonville. He is a shared passion. He just shares our passions. He's from 3 miles around the road, and he just gets us, and that comes through in everything we put out, and that including this. And I don't think Old Cumber, Dunville's, and Actonville would be what they are without Mark. And Shane, Shane just spends so much time with Mark, and they really are an inseparable team, and everything Mark does has Shane's DNA all over it. It's normally about 6 months later than we think it's going to be, and then other projects we don't know about until they're done, and we're looking for liquid, but I think we can all agree the Old Cumber branding, Dunville's branding, Actonville branding are world class. Just world class, and that's Shane and Mark and people involved, so that does need no representation. It's just a big part of what we do. We've spent the last 10 years talking about Actonville and Old Cumber, Actonville and Waivers. We haven't really talked about, we've spent the last 10 years talking about Dunville and Waivers, etc. We haven't talked about Actonville yet. But I guess the reason for that was that the story of Actonville was not overly compatible with the story of Dunville, and how you tell those two stories side by side. So we chose not to really talk about Actonville for the last 10 years to promote Dunville and Old Cumber and Waivers, etc. And that was the right choice. But we've got 10 years catching up. We have 10 years of stories about the Actonville spirit, about the ethos, the ideas, the vision, and you're going to hear a lot about Actonville over the next weeks, months and years. It is going to be our main passion from now on, beside Dunville, and we are just so looking forward to telling that story of the last 10 years and really establishing Actonville at the top table of single malt and single pot still distilleries, and that will be our passion for the next 10 years. Actonville was an idea. It's a mad idea, and there's still a lot of madness in it. It is different. It was an idea to create a whiskey off the land, off the yards, that had a connection to the land, a connection to the people, a connection to the community that it came from, a whiskey that spoke of the land that it originated from, and the people that made it. That is rare enough in Irish whiskies today. So for us, Actonville was a chance to reconnect links that were lost in whiskey. So to reconnect the farm to the maltings, to the distilling, to the dunnage. Actonville does all of those things, and it's probably unique in Ireland in doing all of those things, and reconnecting the entire process from ploughing the field to growing the barley, malting the barley, distilling, dunnage, warehousing, bottling, to reconnect that, to weave together again that sense of locality, that sense of a whiskey from a place that speaks to the place. And that's the story that Actonville and we're going to tell for the next 10 years. Like Shane says, we are releasing 2 whiskies tonight. I hope that most of you have the first whiskey in your hand. So probably about 70% of what we do is pot still. We have Actonville single malt and Old Cumber pot still, and about 70% of our distillate is pot still. We're very passionate about the pot still. Obviously, all done with the still, the country down way. So yeah, guys, we've waited a long time for this whiskey in our hand. We've waited a long time. We were never going to put it right before it was ready. We were never going to put it right before it was right, before it had. We spent a long time waiting to see what the identity of Actonville whiskey was going to be. You can try as best you can to design the whiskey, but you don't know what it is until it's 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, and the character whiskey reveals itself to you. And that's what we're getting in this whiskey. It's a traditional pot still whiskey, and it has all those traditional characters that you're expecting a pot still whiskey.
It is 50 ABV, and does anybody want water?
It's 50% ABV. Shane says if you want water, trust me, you don't need water. It's 50% for a reason, but anybody that does, there's water floating about. But yeah, a whiskey with pot still character, so it had to be thick, creamy, and waxy. It had to have ginger, white pepper, spice, body. It had to have balance. And that's what this whiskey has. So guys, enjoy. Just thank you very much for coming. Here's to friends absent and friends present. And I guess this is only Niall. Before we start, Niall came with us about a year ago. And Niall came in a very important time in our development where we had a warehouse full of whiskey and we're just trying to shape what Active is going to become. And Niall brought in valuable experience in helping to shape that whiskey to what it is today. So Niall will actually be introducing the malt and talking about the malt in about 5 minutes' time. But in the meantime, guys, enjoy the plot. Still, we're a long time coming, Sláinte, and here's to an epic story that's going to be unveiled. So thank you very much.
Okay, Marty, it was absolutely an incredible evening, to be honest, you know.
Yeah, I so wish I had been there. I see Eric's asking what the whiskey tastes like. I haven't opened that one, and if I'm honest, I have one of the boxes. I'll not be opening it because I think genuinely it's a total collector's piece. But the guys down there have done. I tasted a cask half down there, and the spirit and it's fabulous stuff. They treat it really well. They don't skimp on casks. They've always bought the best casks that they can buy. We all know. I've tasted Dunvilles. We all know how good a quality stuff that they put out. But yeah, it's just amazing. But I really wish I was there. But I'm lucky enough that I did get a box, and I'll be hanging on to it for a considerable period of time. I see Declan's asking, was the OAP there? Was old Kit there? And Kit says, no, he's still on probation. No, because you all ran down on the Saturday morning to get a bottle. Drove down. Oh, Kit was there. Just not on the Friday night. He was there on the Saturday. He was there on the Saturday. He wasn't allowed to drive. He said a day off work, so he was away down. He wasn't the only one. There was a... But half the people I know on the planet seem to be heading down to it. So, yeah, it's a great job. But no... as I say, all those guys that got a box, congratulations. I think it's one to hang on to, if I'm totally honest. That'll be one that'll please the flippers as well as the people who bought it. Quick thing, we'll play the last video and then that'll play us out. 27th of June, remember? Me and guy Kieran Mulholland are doing a wee show over in Pure Irish up in Hearth, Ballyhagamore. Get the tickets online. It's going to be a wee sort of musical whiskey tasting thing that we're doing, and so come along and come down and see us. Listen to Kit about the flippers. This is the man that buys whiskey, buys 2 bottles, and he likes to hang on to them. Kit's got a bloody good collection of stuff.
Can I tell you, I tried it.
Aye.
Fabulous. And even I know it's good stuff. Even I know it's good stuff.
I have tried. I haven't maybe tried that version, but I've tried a fair few Ecklandvilles in my time, and they're super. I mean, they just are. They do everything that you'd really want a brand to be doing.
They're both A+. They're both A+. Honestly.
Yeah.
You know?
As I say, the presentation of that looks fantastic.
Yeah.
The bottles will be good. The whole story behind it, quality of spirit, the casks that you buy, cask management.
I had to carry the 30 boxes home on my own, Marty.
That's lovely.
I know. I bought one under Macaulay Marty, one under McCartney Justin, one under Justin McCartney. It was no, I didn't really, but it was really, 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 really good. So anyway, here.
But no, right. So we'll play out the last video, and that'll be us. And we'll catch us again next week.
All the best. Remember to comment, like, and share. See you next week, 10 p.m.
Two very hard acts to follow there between Shane and Gerald, but I'll do my best anyway. So, Niall Bowser is my name. I arrived at Ecklandville very fortunately about a year ago, as Gerald explained earlier on. And it gives me great pleasure and pride to actually be here today and take part with our team's unveiling of Ecklandville at the beginning. As head distiller and blender here, I consider myself, as I said, very fortunate to have been given the opportunity to come on board and join the team here at Ecklandville. It certainly was something that I took with both hands and jumped at straight away. The timing was perfect, I believe, and one of the first tasks was to create the whiskies here that we have tonight for our first release. So how we went about it was really we put focus on creating whiskies that truly represented and reflected the character, the quality of the liquids that we have produced so far, but also really importantly, the quality, the character, I suppose the DNA and even the ethos of people here at Ecklandville and the attitude of everybody and the way people work, etc. So the approach that we took was to assess all of the stock that we have mainly produced in our first 10 years. As a blender, you can imagine that was like a mini dream coming true to come to a distillery like this with some beautiful, fantastic liquids and work our way through those, which we did. And we produced quite a number of varied types of whiskies that we then put through a process of analysis and worked our way through different options and eventually through a very, very, I suppose, debated, I would say, self-critical process. We came up with what we believe are two very, very top-class quality whiskies and two very different and unique whiskies. I'd say, certainly, I feel Lynn, Shane and family and everyone here in the team, I think it's a very, very proud moment for us here tonight, and it's great to have you all here to share with us. So, to work our way through the single malt, I think it's worth a good chat on this to explain, I think, as I said, the DNA, the character and eventually then the tasting notes on the single malt. I'm sure glasses are on their way around to you there. So I'd invite you to maybe first of all nose the malt. One observation, if you look at it, the colour is quite, it's got a bit of substance to it. I'll explain a little bit more about that as we go through the tasting notes. So, our distillate that went into this single malt whiskey is a double distilled new make malt. We take great pride in the way we distill our whiskies here at Ecklandville. We would have a heart run of minimum 7 hours, 7.5 hours of a heart run, which gives us, we think, a fantastic quality new make malt. We don't rush things. Jarlath again alluded to how patient we are. There's never any pressure put on here, time-wise, anything like that. So certainly the heart run on our distillate is very important to us. We have a vatting of 7, 8 and 9-year-old liquids in various types of wood. Some of the wood would have been initially started its maturation in New American oak and then was refilled back in first fill bourbon for the remaining 5 years, and more of the liquid would have been for its 7 years plus actually in first fill American oak. So I'll talk you through the nosing for me, We're getting orchard fruits, fresh citrus. We get herbal notes on the palate. Very rich for me again, full-bodied, very out there type of malt. We get citrus fruits, we get peach, blood orange, red berries, there's a lot going on there. Coffee, chocolate, and a little bit of nuttiness then maybe like almonds. And that then gives way to a finish of cedar is in there. We get some tobacco, and then a mix of clove, ginger, and cinnamon spice. So as you can probably see, it would have been very easy to create, from what we assessed of our stock, a very similar style of whiskey to the pot. But because we're releasing two things here, because we're releasing 2 bottles, and because our stock showed that DNA of that type of whiskey, that's what we actually went for. So it's reflected, again, I feel it's reflected in the whole ethos here at Edinburgh. It's bold, it's out there, it's different, it's unique. Most of all, it's taken time, and we feel that we've put out an exceptionally good quality product. Certainly for anyone that actually buys the box of 2 bottles, you're going to have 2 very unique experiences, 2 different whiskies, and I'm sure you'll all enjoy it. Again, I'd like to reiterate, I suppose, that this is only the beginning. We've already started building on the first 10 years, and we're working forward towards the next 10 years. We're laying down stock. We have found, and I've never doubted it anyway, in my first year we have a superb maturation facility, just to name a few different things. Our maturation facility, we have a dunnage facility there, and we also have top class, I feel, top class wood quality. So I think that comes through in some of our other products as well. But we aim to, for the next 10 years, this is the beginning, we're going to continuously improve, we're learning all the time. We feel we've total control over the production of all our liquids. Right from the beginning, we're heading down a route of reviving the art malting. We'll cover everything from field to glass, and I think if we're all here in 10 years' time and we have another release, I think it'll be something even better. Again, just to finish up, I know we're a little behind time, but I'd certainly like to thank everybody. Everybody here we consider a friend, very much so, and thanks for making the effort to come on tonight. I'm sure you've been anticipating this for a long time. I hope you're not disappointed. I'd invite everybody, if you've got a glass of malt in your hand, to raise your glasses, and we'll have a toast to the last 10 years, to the next 10 years plus, and to everyone here. Cheers. Thank you.
Folks, can I ask you to give a round of applause, please, for Niall?
Guys, you've tried both whiskies, and really was our idea to bring whiskey onto the Arts Peninsula, and also chase some people. But there's one person that wasn't mentioned in this process. Tonight we met Niall, you know myself, you know Stephen Shimmis, Peter, and the rest of the team. But there's one guy that hides in the warehouse, and he's hid there for the last 10 years, and the one company that tonight passed was out there acknowledging his input into this whiskey. So Chris Kroger, take your ass up here and take the final applause. Chris is our warehouse manager, Chipper, distiller, malter, does everything, and has been, he likes to hide in the background, so just thought tonight it was embarrassing. Yeah, one of our unsung heroes. So, yeah, Chipper might ask for it. Guys, thank you very much. Look forward to anybody that's in Belfast. Look forward to seeing you all for a pint in the Duke. And other pubs here are available. The Guard, we might have one the Guard too before we go home. But yeah, guys, thank you very much. It's out there. Eckmanville has now taken this place officially and one of the distilleries of the world with our liquid for sale. And it is just the next 10 years and onwards and upwards. So thank you very much. Mike, thank you.
I have to add to that, and we're not looking rid of anybody just yet. There is a bus which can carry about 20 people, anybody who's looking to get a train to Dublin. So it is going to be leaving about 9:20. The other bus will be leaving at 9:30. The gift shop is open. If you are a patron and you purchase the Patron's Promise, they are available to collect this evening. So please make your way and hopefully not be disappointed. Lastly, again, a massive thank you for making the time. Friday evening for me is generally a glass of Rioja and a bag of chili Doritos. So if you're anything like me, it's always an effort to go out on a Friday night. We massively appreciate, we don't take anything for granted at all, least of all the support that we have from many of the friends here this evening. So a massive thank you to you. Safe travels back, and again, we look forward to welcoming you to Edinburgh in another occasion.